Hey, church family and other missionaries out there. This is Trevor on with another Mission Minute devotional thought for you. And well, today I want to talk about how interconnected the body of Christ is and how we all need each other, which all sounds good. But I found kind of an interesting article the other day that's a good representation of this for me. I read about a guy who decided to build a toaster from scratch. And not from scratch like go to Home Depot and buy the parts from scratch, but like dig the ore out of the ground and smelt it down and make his own metal from scratch. Well, long story short, the $5 toaster that he was modeling his off of had over 400 different components. And after 9 months, he was barely able to get something that he could kind of plug in, and then it proceeded to melt down in 5 seconds because he couldn't provide insulation around the wires. It was a colossal failure. But it got me thinking about if you have something like a $5 toaster that is that complex to make in our world today, how much more so is the body of Christ? You know, we've been kind of disconnected because of all the COVID stuff and try and stay connected online and so on and so forth. But the body of Christ has still been functioning. And I've been so proud of our church and other groups and organizations for, supporting each other and encouraging each other and help build this thing there or help that homeless person there or help that person at Mirror Ministries, get out of trafficking, so on and so forth, right? And this amazing idea of bringing the body of Christ to the world, to bringing this good news, takes all of us. Paul talks about in 1 Corinthians about how the body of Christ is like a body, and the hand can't say to the eye, I don't need you, and the eye can't say to the foot, I don't need you, and so on and so forth. And that it needs all of us. And I think sometimes we begin to filter whether or not we should be someplace by what it does for us or by how effective we feel we are there. Right? Like people go to church, church kind of, it's not really scratching my itch anymore. Or, I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm really making much of a difference. Can I challenge you on that? See, our calling is to show up and be part of the community and realize that the community as a whole is doing more. That somehow God is working through all of our individual little contributions to do far more than build cheap toasters in the world, but to actually bring the good news of God to it, to push back on the darkness, to help overcome selfishness, to get people to grow and to learn. And one of the main ways he does that is he puts us in community. He says, use your gifts for each other. And I think about that in our church, all the different projects that we're doing are the places our people are making a difference in the world. And we all come together with our different components. Some of us serve in the children's department and help teach and raise future generations about Jesus. Some sing up front in the worship team. Some encourage each other and pray for each other. Some give money financially to support things. We all come together to build, or to let Jesus build something miraculous we can never do on our own. Can I encourage you? Get connected in a community, whatever that is. Put your part in. Do your best. Work well with the other components and let Jesus use his body to do his work. Because his body needs you, and you need his body. And overall, whatever he's going to do is much bigger than you. Wherever you're at, stay on mission. And I'll see you around. God bless.